So, AI automation. We are going to be talking about AI automation in this video. Now, what even is AI automation and why should you listen to me and watch this video entirely? So, if you don't watch this video, it's cool. You might find this boring and it's okay. I don't care. You should hop off. But if you are interested in AI automation, I have worked with Prakhar Gupta. I have helped out multiple founders and I have hopped on multiple calls with Tanmay Bhatt. And I'm 15. That was all because of AI automation. Now, I'm not trying to sell a course, I'm just giving out value. My journey of trying to make money online started with me starting a social media marketing agency. I was trying to be the next Iman Ghazi, right? I wanted to save up enough money to buy his course, but I could not. I made 1725 rupees approximately in 8 months. Okay, then eventually I got another client for website development, and it was just an awful mess. Then I discovered the world of AI automation and I consumed so much content about it. I regret wasting that much time because out of whatever I consumed, only 20% of it was used. The rest 80% was just slop, was just useless stuff, was just outdated things I have never even touched. And half of the things which have come to use, I had to figure out on my own. But I'm also going to be honest, it's going to be impossible for me to give you all the information I have and whatever I could use and whatever could help me within a video or even while just talking to you. I learned about webhooks, about Superbase, about edge functions. There were a lot of things which had to come together with AI automation. I thought learning about N8N would make me the AI automation god, but N8N is not even the tip of the iceberg. I tried to set up a WhatsApp chatbot. It took me 3 weeks. Now, why is that? I was a kid from India. I am a kid from India, right? I had to get a WhatsApp number from India connected to Twilio, which is absolutely impossible. And I was trying to learn AI automation for completely free. I had to give up on the entire idea. I wasted 3 weeks. I needed to be a Twilio expert. I needed how to write the code for Twilio. Twilio is a what's like a phone number and phone SMS calls etc. Service provider for OTPs etc. And they have a coding language of their own. How do you expect a kid to learn that, right? I spent so much time. I wasted so much time. I thought I'll figure everything out with Chat GPT as I go, and I regret every bit of it. So this is going to be a roadmap, or I'll tell you what you can do to avoid losing that time. And I'm going to be honest, you're still going to lose a bunch of time, but me talking about wasting that 80% I'm just talking about, I don't regret it much. I do regret it to some extent, but do I regret it that much? No, I don't. At first I only used 10% of everything, then I used 20, maybe I'll end up using 30, max 40. But now I have to spend zero time in the learning curve. Whenever I get a project, I just know I can do it, whatever, no matter what it is. I just know I can do it because I have the entire knowledge. And even if I have forgotten it, I know the basics well enough that I can figure it out myself. So what I want you to do is learn N8N just a little bit. I don't want you to understand all the nodes. I don't want you to understand everything. I just want you to understand how to set up N8N, how N8N actually works, what are webhooks, and how you can actually end up running an simple workflow automation. Now N8N is pretty dead in most of the use cases. Claude Cowork and OpenClaw and Claude Bot are taking over a lot of things. But I still use N8N for the deep rooted automations. So if you think N8N is dead and you're not going to go for it, you will regret it. You need to make sure you go for N8N and just learn the basics, just stuff from the top. You need to learn about webhooks a little bit, learn about that. Now what do I mean by learning, right? I don't want you to watch videos. I don't want you to spend an hour just talking, like looking at people talk about NA10, right? I do not want you to do that. I want you to go set up NA10 for entirely free. You can go to my channel. I'm pretty sure there's a video on how you can do that for entirely free, right? You can set up NA10 for completely free. Go check that out. Set it up for entirely free, and boom, and set up an AI automation workflow, right? And let's say set up, you just have an idea in mind and you want to try that, right? You want to automate email sending, right? Now you're trying to make that workflow, right? In that workflow, you will come across 1,000 problems. 100% you will. And what I want you to do is search up every single problem and solve it right there on the spot by yourself. I don't want you to watch entire tutorials. Just setting up and just learn how to set up one voice bot, right? Voice bot, you'll use free credits. It's completely pointless. There's no need to learn specific automations. You need to learn the parts, right? So once I was trying to set up the voice bot, the chat bot for WhatsApp, I tried to learn about Twilio, but I just could not, right? I had to quit on it. But I learned enough so I can apply it somewhere else, right? So I failed on that automation, right? But I could apply Twilio on other projects. When I was trying to set up SMS confirmation for OTP for an Indian website, for an Indian client, right? I used Twilio, and if I had not known the basics at least, I would have spent crying, complaining that there is no tutorial for this. How can I expect myself to make crazy automations, right? So I want you to understand that automations are not something that can be learned. They are something that have to be built. You need to understand how to use this puzzle piece, how to use this puzzle piece, and join them together. So when you're trying to set up an email automation, you'll need to have stuff from Google Drive. You'll learn how to connect Google Drive. You'll learn how to you learn how to connect a few MCP servers, right? Now this might sound like Urdu to you, this might sound like another language to you, but you need to understand that once you're doing a few of these things, you're learning a little bit of that, you're learning a little bit of this, you might fail at that email automation, but once a client actually comes to you and they want something of that sort, you know the basics enough that you won't have to cry for an complete tutorial. You will know how to put things together and build it. Now AI can help you, right? I'm not saying AI is useless and AI will not be able to help you. I'm not saying that at all. But if you know the basics of things, right? I knew Supabase in and out. I knew everything about Supabase. So when I had to implement edge functions in it, and I had to add live recordings to it with API webhook calls, and like event functions, there were like a lot of things which I would have just completely given up on the projects if I was not comfortable with Supabase. But since Supabase was I used to open Supabase like 50 times a day, maybe more. I'm saying less, 50 times is still less, right? I knew it in and out, right? So edge functions was like, oh yeah, I've seen that setting, let me just go check it out. I just had to ask AI for the code, I put it in. So the main takeaway is that AI can help, but if you don't know the basics of things, you will never be able to do it, right? Now I'm going to be honest, this video is going to help a very small bunch of people. Imagine this video reaches 500 people, right? I'm pretty sure only it's going to help maybe 12 to maybe 15 people, right? So this video is only for people who have that mindset of trying to get into AI automation, not for the they're going for the love of the game, man. They're not here for money, right? They're just trying to have the skill of being able to build any automation entire, like whatever comes their way, it's going to be built within a day or two, right? So that's it's only for people who are that way. And I want you to start your journey with picking up impossible projects, with picking up projects which seem marvelous to you, right? And you will fail. I mean, like, failing is cool, that's not an option, worry at all. I tried to build everything for entirely free, and I succeeded 90% of the time, but I failed 10% of the time, right? For trying to build stuff for free, and it was just impossible for some things to build it for free. And mostly I just always had a way around things, there was some, you can go to console, do that, do this. There was always a way to do stuff for free, but sometimes there isn't, and it's okay to fail. But once you know the basics of some stuff, you learn everything here and there. Once clients actually come to you, you're going to be a god. You will be able to tell them. So AI automation, like, people won't be as good as you. If people are saying I'm into AI automation and they just know how to make a voice bot using N10 and they just know how to connect a few webhooks, they're bullshitting you, right? So that's it for this video. I hope this helped that tiny amount of people, and if you are someone of that tiny amount of people, here is my number. You can contact me if you're struggling to get clients, because if you have that mindset and you know how to build automations like that, but you're still struggling to get clients, text me on WhatsApp or join the Discord community from the channel description. See you.